the best way to save on travel is as a senior, is to use your time finding travel discounts and deals that anyone can get. For example, learn how to use Google Flights, Airbnb, Booking.com, Amtrak, Hopper, Scott's Cheap Flights. These are all things I teach in classes. So you are welcome to come to any of my classes and learn about this. I do an entire class on Google Flights. I do an entire class on Airbnb. I do a class on how to use browser websites and your mobile phone to plan travel. So there you can learn about Booking.com. I do a class on how to travel the US by train. You can learn all about Amtrak. I do a whole class on Hopper. What is Hopper? It is an app for your phone for finding good flight deals. And Scott's Cheap Flights is an email service you can sign up for that'll help you find good flights at low cost. So I teach classes on all these things. The Scott's Cheap Flights you can find out mostly in my tips and tricks for booking online airfares. So you can become a savvy traveler just by what you can learn at GetSetUp. All right. The number one discount that seniors can get in the US is the America the Beautiful Lifetime Pass. Senior Lifetime Pass. Now, I mentioned what is the age at which you are a senior. For this pass, you need this to be 62 years old. And I'll tell you all about what you get in it. But let me mention back up to this question about when you become a senior. It varies. When I was a kid, a senior meant you were 65. You got Social Security, Medicare, senior discounts. Now it's all over the place. You can get Medicare at 65, but you can't get Social Security necessarily. You can't get full Social Security for my age. Anyway, I'm a little bit later than that. And what age you can be a senior and get certain discounts varies from business to business, place to place, country to country. In Europe, a lot of places people are considered seniors for discounts at age 60. So you really just have to check it out. AARP considers you a senior if you're 55 or older. So most of you who, if you're not members of AARP, will probably recall at least getting information about how to join AARP from them. So it really varies, and you just have to look at it. And as I bring up some of these today, I will mention the senior age that you are, the age at which you're considered a senior for the discount. But this is age 62. This is the top thing you can get. It gives you entrance to 400 national park sites or national sites. Maybe they're not called parks. They could be national historical sites, national recreation sites. It could be national rivers or something like that. Not all of the 419 properties managed by the Department of the Interior have a charge to get in, but many do. And if you have that pass, you can get into them free for the rest of your life. There are, besides those 419 national park sites, there are 2,000 national recreation areas like dams and lakes, reservoirs. The pass admits up to 4 people in a vehicle. So unfortunately, you can't take a van of 10 people in, only 4 people in a vehicle, including you. You are eligible at age 62, and $80 is all it costs. Now, for years, it was like $10, and there was a big hue and cry when the cost was jacked up to $80. Honestly, $80 is still a bargain. And if we're talking about helping preserve and maintain our national treasures, I think it's worth every penny. If you want to get an annual pass to all the national parks, that costs $80 once a year. So for someone younger, they're going to travel the US and go to all the parks and sites. It's going to cost them $80 a year to do that. As a senior, you get a one-time charge, $80 lifetime. The senior pass also may provide a 50% discount on some amenities, such as facilities and services like camping, swimming, boat launch, and specialized interpretive services at the national parks. So let's say you want to go to Shenandoah National Park, that's near where I live, and you want to camp like we have. I can now get half price on a campsite. which is really nice because they just jacked up the cost of campsites. They hadn't done it in like 15 years, so they were way overdue to increase the price for campsites. So to get them 50% off is a great deal. Same thing with boat launches, hookup fees if you have an RV. So near me, for example, I've got Skyline Drive or the Shenandoah National Park, very close by. Lovely place to go. And there is a charge to go in there. If you want a charge just to that park itself, I could pay, used to be I paid $40 a year for that annual pass just to that one park. Another place near me is Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Harper's Ferry is a national historical site. That's it right there. It's where the Potomac River and where the Shenandoah River comes into the Potomac River. And it's historical because of the John Brown's raid, but it's a beautiful site besides that. And there are lots of hikes. The whole town's like a museum, has a lot of Black history in there. It's a very interesting place to go to. And you park outside the town. You can drive through the town, but there's very few places to park. It's much better to park about 2 miles outside of town at the visitor center, and they'll take you in by shuttle. And again, if you had that senior pass, you can get in for free. That's just 2 hours north of me, less than 2 hours, in fact. Shenandoah Drive's about 45-minute drive. Shenandoah National Park, Skyline Drive's 45 minutes from me. And a place I go at least once a year is Assateague Island National Seashore up in Maryland. We go up to the beach about once a year and stay several days. And we like to drive down to Assateague Island because there's much less crowded than Ocean City, Maryland is. So we go to Assateague Island National Seashore and love it. Okay, questions about the senior pass. Anybody got a question about the senior pass?
How do you apply for the pass?
Very good question. You apply for the pass a couple of different ways. You can get it online. If you get it online, you have to pay, the mailing fee or something like that. I think it's maybe $10. I got mine simply by going to one of those national parks where they charge a fee to enter, and you can buy the pass right there. I actually got mine at Assateague Island. This summer I turned 62. After I turned 62, we pulled up to go in for the day, and I said, "Can I just get a senior pass?" They said, "Sure." And I parked on the side, and they took me in and they ran me through and got me a card very fast. So any of those places where you are charged admission and there's an office there, they can get you a pass, no extra charge other than the $80. So online and on site. Anybody else got a question or comment about that?